Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm back again and I'm finishing the week off with something fun that's a little bit Typal and a little bit different. So, been out for a while now, but Ardoz, the Cobbler of War from Jumpstart 2022 has only recently been added to MTGO, and I really just like the look of it, to be honest. One and a red for a 1/1 Goblin Shaman, haste, and whenever Ardoz Cobbler of War, another creature enters the battlefield under your control, that creature gets +2/+0 until the end of turn, and then you can pump 3 and a red through it to get a 1/1 red Goblin creature token with haste. You can only activate that as a sorcery, but yeah, done a few Goblin decks over the years, as you all know. The useful ones are there. General Creep was the last one I did a while back, but this one's more so like Typal haste more than anything else. So, and it was good fun. I've played it once on stream already, so I thought, well, we haven't covered it here on the YouTube channel, so let's have a go at it and get it covered today. So I hope you enjoy this one, and this is what today's deck really does look like. So, starting at the beginning, 35 creatures, starting with the Fanatical Firebrand, who's got haste, so take advantage when you've got Ardoz in play to get the +2, so it can attack as a 3/1 on the turn it comes in. And then Foundry Street Denizen, no haste as such, but any other creatures enter the battlefield give it +1/+0, so a bit like Ardoz to some degree. The Arsonist is in, so when it dies, it pings someone. The Bushwhacker's in to do the kicker and give everything haste and a +1/+0, which is just lovely with Ardoz in play. Impulsive Pilferer, we don't mind it being killed off to give us that treasure token. We can encore it back because you get all 3 copies, then get the +2/+0, so attack us 3/1s for a turn. Legion Loyalist means that token creatures can't block when you attack with this, and it has haste, so gain another benefit. Raging Goblin had to have the traditional one in from Exodus. Who doesn't like a 1-mana goblin that's got haste? It's always good fun. Battlecry Goblins in to chuck around the +1/+0 for all our goblins and give them haste, and hopefully we'll get the pack tactics on the go and get another goblin attacking as well, which again will trigger Ardoz. Goblin Instigator gives us a couple of goblins. The War Driver has the battle cry to pump them all up when it attacks. Goro, another way of just giving all our creatures haste, and we're not really going to do the modifying side of things too much for this deck, so the actual second ability is irrelevant. Seer, Slicer Goblin, as long as we've attacked we get a Goblin token. Yep, fine. I mean, obviously it's after we're attacked. You don't want to attack with this one, you just want to leave it back and attack with your other creatures and build up. Yes, you don't get the +2/+0 bonus from the Goblin that comes into play, but you still get another Goblin. Warren Instigator hopefully deals damage for combat, deals combat damage for opponent. You get to put a Goblin card from our hand into play. And then some of the bear goblins. Broadside Bombardiers in, so we can sacrifice artifacts and creatures off to do their power +2 to any target. The Goblin Chieftain gives all our goblins haste and +1/+1. And the Goblin King gives them all Mountain Walk and a +1/+1. So, you know, yay. The Rabble Master just gives us a goblet every turn. And the War Chief means our goblins cost even less to cast. Hell Squad Heavy comes in from the Ether Drift set, and I just like this artwork, so I haven't changed it. I thought it was quite funny. Reminds me of what would happen if the Scooby-Doo van got taken to a different universe. Other goblins you control have haste. At the beginning of combat in your turn, you get a red goblin that attacks that turn, and eventually, if you get max speed, you get to tap it and add red for each goblin we control, which really does help this deck out, because at the end of the day, if you get a whole load of mana, you can make a whole load of 1/1s with Ardoz. From there, we've got Krenko, both versions. We've got Baron of Tin Street and the Tin Street Kingpin in, so we can just make even more goblins as we go along. The Legion Wall Boss is in to do a little bit of mentoring and have another token goblin. Pans Mons is in as well. Pashlik Mons is in, so we can, whenever goblins die, we get to do 1 damage to any target, and we can sacrifice a goblin to get 2 more goblins if we need to. The Reckless Bushwhacker, might as well have the Surge version in as well. Get this in and just give all our creatures +1/+0 and haste. The Relic Robber comes in just to chuck around those very annoying Goblin Construct artifact creature tokens that can't block and just ping people every turn, especially if they get the combat damage in. A little bit of fun with Squeak coming in. Attacks, create a 1/1 Goblin token that's tapped and attacking, and you may cast Squeak from your graveyard by paying 3 and a red and exiling 4 other cards from our graveyard rather than paying its mana cost. Togo, Goblin Weaponsmith, does give us a little bit of way of modifying stuff with the rocks that we can equip and do some damage if we need to. Beetleback Chief just comes in and gives us 2 extra goblins. The Chimney Rabble comes in and gives us 1 extra goblin, but has haste itself, so benefits and goes in as a 5/3, assuming we've got Ardoz in play. Enduring Courage is just a great way of giving all of our creatures an extra +2/+2 and haste, which works with Ardoz nicely. And then, yeah, the other version of Krenko had to be here. We are Goblin Typal at the end of the day, so not having the mob boss in would be basically an insult to the Goblin type. Perforos, bit of a no-brainer. I think this goes on every Goblin deck where you're making Goblins anyway, so here we go again. And then Siege Gang Lieutenant and the Siege Gang Commander give us extra Goblin tokens, which we can sack things off and either shock or ping, depending which one we use. From there, the final one had to be in. Muxus, the Goblin Grandees in, just so we can find all our Goblin cards and put them onto the battlefield. And when it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until the end of turn for each other Goblin we control. Just stack it the right way. We've got some sorceries. I went a bit old school, had Fireball, then Dragon Fogger and Krenko's Command for even more Goblins along with the offensive. And the Hordling Outburst. The offensive, a little bit more complicated to play, but if you've got some spare mana kicking around, you can use this quite nicely to make a whole load of 3/1 attackers with Ardoz in play. Just bear it in mind, and hopefully you've got a way of giving them haste. The Game Changer card is Jessica's Will. Now, you can take this out if you want to keep this at power level 2. But Jessica's Will is just such a good card, and I don't really see how one card makes anything a bracket 3 deck, but bracket 2, if you take it out, it's all fine. Wheel of Fortune, so we can discard our hand and draw 7 new ones if we need to. Chain Reaction for some board control. Full Throttle for an additional combat step if we need it. And Insurrection, so we can nick everybody's creatures and give them haste and attack. Yeah, that's fun. And finally, the last bit of board control with Blasphemous Act. Instance, well, Brightstone Ritual to get a whole load of mana, because we have got a lot of goblins we're playing. Lightning Bolt, Shock, just to maybe take out some annoying small things, and then Chaos Warp to take out any of the big things, and hopefully they don't have anything bigger that's going to cause you a bigger issue. Artifacts, well, it's ramp really. Tantalite, Talisman, the Elixir of Immortality, because your goblins will die, so you will need to shuffle them all back in at some stage. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Fire Diamond, Ruby Medallion. A little bit more fun with the Thought Fester and the Fire Crystal, just to make sure everything's got haste, and it does cut the costs of our spells down like the Ruby Medallion does. This one's also nice because you can create a token as a copy of a target creature, so, you know, it's another token that comes into play, gets this, take one of your big things, go for it. Enchantment-wise, well, Goblin Bombardment. Come on, change picture. There we go. We can sack our tokens off that are about to die, or if someone tries to damnation us or Wrath of God or whatever, we can sack them all off to ping someone to death, hopefully. The Ori Flame's just fun because it pumps all our attacking creatures up even more. Impact Tremors, because yay, why not? We've got enough tokens coming into place, we might as well get some damage in this way. Goblin Assault just gives us a way to get a goblin token every turn. It does mean all our goblins have to attack each turn, so be careful. But it does help. The Goblin War Drums, each creature you control cannot be blocked by only one creature, so it basically gives them menace to a certain extent. And finally, because why would you not want it in a goblin deck, having Shared Animosity to really pump up all of your goblin creatures is ridiculous in this deck. And it is just fun. Like I said, this is a fun deck to finish the week off with. Another short mono red deck. Well, not quite. Well, this is mono red, unlike the deck earlier in the week. The lands, well, Arena of Glory, Cabaretti Courtyard, Castle Embreath to pump our creatures up even more if we need to. The theatres here to go and find our little bit of life gain, and I'll go and find our mountains. We have 28 of them. Riveteer's Outlook to go and find another mountain. And finally, why would you not play Valakut in this deck when you're basically playing around with 28 mountains? And that's it. But it's just fun. I wanted something fun to finish the week off with, and just a little bit of a laugh, and Ardoz provides this for me in her wonderfulness, where she's a shame. And yeah, I know we had Obash earlier in the week, which is pretty much another short video, but hey, 2 short videos a week isn't bad for me. So let me know in the comments down below which goblin cards I've missed out. I know there's a few. I could have picked a few of the ones say choose a creature type, so on and so forth, but I've miffed them out for this deck because I think it's fast enough that you don't need to worry about it too much. So, anything goblins I have missed out though, let me know in the comments down below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. If you haven't used all your cheers up on my other videos this week, please cheer for this video as well. Help me get up the leaderboard a little bit more. Thank you to the people who have subscribed, by the way. We're sitting at 772 as I record this one at the moment, so thank you everyone who subscribed recently. And yeah, now I'll be back playing this tonight on stream, so come and have a laugh and we'll give Ardoz another run out. There's a link down below to Twitch. Come and give me a follow there, and I'll see you all very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.